Happy Monday, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Chris Malva here. Hopefully you were able to stay dry this morning as we had those showers and thunderstorms roll through Tallahassee earlier this morning, but right now we're just kind of left with those cloudy skies sitting at around 70 degrees, and we're seeing kind of a similar story all around the Big Bend, a little bit warmer down towards the coast with that Gulf influence, 76 degrees. Back home in Tallahassee, 70 degrees, but if you go a little bit further to the east, you're going to be at 75 there. In Live Oak, a little bit cooler though as you get into South Georgia. But for tonight's weather headlines, all eyes are on the tropics as we're going to be taking a look at major Hurricane Melissa. That's going to be making landfall in Jamaica in the coming hours. We have a bit of a short show today because, well, I think Casper is running late today. It's actually just me on the show tonight. And we also have your Halloween week forecast. All this and more on FSU Weather. Hey guys, it's me again, student meteorologist Chris Malva. We're going to take a closer look at Tropical Storm Melissa. As you can see, it is a very well organized storm here, 175 mile-an-hour winds. You can see that eye wall is very defined with this storm, and actually it set a record today. This is the driest eye wall we've ever seen in a hurricane, and it's really approaching record low pressure levels, almost nearing that top 10 of the lowest pressures recorded in a hurricane. So this is a really, really powerful system that's going to be bringing a lot of issues into Jamaica. We're talking about torrential rainfall, mudslides, hurricane force winds, and storm surge. So this is a really unfortunate situation here for those, especially in the Caribbean. Here's where Melissa is going to be headed by Tuesday. It's still going to be a major hurricane. We're talking about a high-end Category 4, and it's going to make a second landfall later on this week as it approaches Cuba. Could bring some problems to the Bahamas as well, but thankfully for us here in the United States, we don't have to worry about this storm. So that is some good news for us, but we're all going to be supporting Jamaica, especially in the aftermath of this system. But as we look at some of the spaghetti models, you can see they're really just all in agreement now that, again, we're not going to see any of the effects from the system. Again, that's what we like to see, but again, just a really unfortunate situation unfolding here in the Caribbean. As you take a look at the future winds, you can see this kind of this purple and pink blob right here. You can see all those hurricane force winds that are going to be moving throughout the Caribbean and eventually out into the Atlantic. Here's the European model. It's kind of a low resolution model, but you can see has a pretty good consensus of this moving through Cuba and eventually out to sea where it won't be causing any problems for us back home. But one thing we are really concerned about with this system is storm surge. Down towards Kingston, could be seeing up to 13 feet of storm surge. So that is going to be really just a huge issue, especially near the coast over there. Even up in Montego Bay, up to 9 foot of storm surge. You can see where the eye will be passing more on the west side of the Jamaica island, but still just not what we want to see. I know this system is going to bring a lot of problems to the community, but I do know that the community will be very resilient, and of course, with us helping them out, that we'll be able to help them rebuild. But again, kind of taking a look at things back home, it's a bit of a gloomy day just all across our sky cams right now. So maybe if you have an IM game tonight, it will be a little bit cooler. We won't have the sun beating down on you at least. So I guess that's a good thing if you think about it that way. On our radar, just some ground clutter right now, so nothing really to worry about right now. We did get some pretty decent rain earlier on though, but taking a look at those temperatures once again, 60s and 70s all around, 66 in Quincy, 63 in Mariana. So the further north you go, it gets a bit cooler. Tonight's forecast though, we got some pretty nice overnight lows, 58 in Tallahassee, 61 in St. Mark's as well down in Carabel and Apalachicola. So it will be a pretty pleasant night outside. For your temperature almanac, really just smack on the average right there. 79 is what we hit today, so about what we would expect for this time of year. But our low temperature, we had that cloud cover today, so really not a huge range in our temperatures, so that kept us much warmer than normal. Now, as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning for classes, tomorrow's just going to be another gloomy day, unfortunately. So not a great day to go tanning, but might be a pretty good day to grab that sweater if you're looking for those fall time vibes. Going to reach 66 degrees by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, we're going to continue to take a look now at the southeast, where some places are kind of seeing that cloud cover like we are here back home in Tallahassee. But Tampa, Florida, my hometown, we had some showers and storms rolling through from that cold front, but now you're starting to see that sun start to peak, finally catching a break from that rain, but nice and sunny in New Orleans, 80 degrees. Now, taking a look at our current conditions, got a whole bunch of different things going on. 80 in New Orleans, but again, a little bit cooler the further north you go. Still seeing some rain, though, over in Charlotte, even in Charleston as well. And now we also have some showers moving into the Florida Peninsula. And because of that front moving through, we do have some areas that are starting to see lower dew points, which is good. So not going to be quite as muggy as our friends down in South Florida. 69 in Tampa and 73 in Miami. So it's really feeling quite sticky down there. Just not the greatest weather, at least in my opinion. But taking a look at that radar, a lot of action, especially off towards the east. We do have a low pressure system bringing a lot of rain to the Carolinas, kind of starting to move into Virginia. We do have some remnants of that cold front bringing a little bit more rain inland towards Pasco, Pinellas County, and into really just the Tampa Bay area. But we also have those showers continuing off towards Orlando and even towards the Space Coast. Now, taking a look at that future radar, we're kind of stuck with this cloud cover for the next couple days, but we do have another kind of like a cold front starting to set up, but this one won't really bring as much rain as what we saw earlier today. Now, if you guys heard some of that thunder this morning, I don't know about you, but that was kind of a rude awakening. It was pretty loud, and I'm pretty sure I saw a lightning bolt like literally right outside my door. So not as much rain to go around with this system, but on the back side of it, we are going to get some clouds. But you can also see, here's Melissa, but that's just going to skirt by us. So again, that's not really going to be a concern for us, and we can also kind of thank the cold front for that. But now, as we take a look at tonight's forecast, pretty pleasant conditions to go around, if I do have to say so myself. 55 in Montgomery, 56 as well over in Nashville. If you want some slightly warmer weather, New Orleans, 66, not too bad, but if you're a fan of those more slightly, I guess, warmer temperatures, you can go over to Miami where it's going to be 76 degrees. Tomorrow kind of looks a bit like today, where we do have 70s, 80s, but again, the further north you go, you're going to be experiencing those more fall-like conditions. I know we're just days away from Halloween, so personally, I think I'm kind of itching for more of these 50s that we have in Atlanta, Charlotte, and as well in Charleston. But now we're going to kind of zoom out of the southeast and take a bigger look at what is going on around the country. And you can see most of that action is what we kind of just looked at over in the southeast. We do still have another low pressure system that's bringing some rain into the Dakotas, but really with kind of what's going around around the country, it's got like planes, trains, and automobiles. You kind of got like a little bit of everything. So now we're going to kind of zoom back into Florida. You can see that's where that front is starting to move in, bring some of that heavy rain. And really, this is actually quite unfortunate for Central Florida. I'll have more on that in just a moment. But over the last 12 hours, we've had nearly 4 inches of rain down towards the coast, 4.3 inches recorded near Panama City Beach. So pretty good rain totals, which is in some way a good thing for us because of that drought. But for our friends down in Central Florida, this is not what we want to see. Why? It's because we had a rare excessive rain event yesterday where some places saw as high as nearly 20 inches of rain. Let's kind of talk about that right now. So this is what happened yesterday in Central Florida. We had some showers and thunderstorms that were really just kind of stationary and just dumped a whole lot of rain in the same places over a couple of hours, but we saw some pretty high rainfall rates, and with those storms not really going anywhere, it's just going to pile up in the same places, and that's why in Eustis we saw 19.7 inches of rain yesterday. So very high rain totals, 14 to almost 20 inches. So that caused a lot of flash flooding issues in Central Florida, and that's not even accounting for all the rain that we got today. Again, in the Carolinas, still seeing those showers and storms moving through. Nothing severe at the moment, which is good news, but again, we can use that rain to help out with our drought. Looking over Wyoming, you do see a little bit of that frozen wintry mix, which is pretty cool to see. Maybe if you're a snow enjoyer, maybe make your way out there. Might be, it's kind of that time of year to go skiing, that kind of thing. So if you're out there, would recommend. But for your SPC outlook, mostly that non-severe threat in the plains. But as you get down to the coast of Florida, we do have just a marginal risk of severe weather with those storms that are moving through. Taking a look at our current temperatures all around the country, we see 48 degrees in Billings, 58 in Denver, 67 in San Francisco, 77 in Albuquerque. So kind of a wide variety of temperatures to go around, even approaching 90 degrees there in South Texas. Now, again, with those drought conditions we were talking about earlier, still seeing those extreme drought conditions back here in Tallahassee. So it's kind of a good thing that we got some of that rain today. We'll have to see in the coming days if that actually helped out with our drought. But looking out towards the west, you can still see that we have those extreme drought conditions near El Paso, even moving up into the state of Wyoming, Idaho, still seeing those very extreme to severe drought conditions. Taking a look at what's coming up next, we do have some rain moving through the plains. Again, that's why that non-severe thunderstorm risk was issued. A little bit of snow is going to be kind of moving in over the next couple days. And again, so that rain still moving off the coast. Tonight, though, have much cooler temperatures to go around. And honestly, I think this is the first time in quite a while I've seen temperatures in the 20s, 28 in Denver. So finally below freezing. Haven't seen that in a while. Maybe we'll get some frost there. So if you're in Denver, let me know if you get any frost tomorrow. But Dallas, Fort Worth, 67, 70 in San Antonio. So a bit more on the warm side of things there. Looking towards the east, though, still going to be dealing with some rain over in Memphis, but should be a mild but pleasant night for most of us here in the U.S. Now, looking at tomorrow's temperatures, a bit chillier in Denver, 48, while the rest of the country is staying pretty mild. Still in Kansas City, you're going to be seeing some rain, so you might want to grab those rain boots, maybe bring an umbrella with you to work tomorrow. And as we look towards the eastern part of the country, still seeing some warm temperatures, especially down south. I mean, 88 in Miami. Could be dealing with some rain, but still very warm. I mean, we are approaching November now. I can't even believe it's almost Halloween. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. You should also tune into the Friday show for a little surprise. I can't say what it is yet, but you won't want to miss it. Just take my word for it. Taking a look at our temperature outlook, though, we're going to be staying much warmer on the western side of the United States. But hey, here's a change of pace. Going to be much cooler or below average for much of the eastern seaboard, which is something we do like to see as we approach winter. I know it might be kind of crazy to think about already, is we're still seeing some temperatures that are still on the warm side, but at least we are getting some relief with that front that passed through. But kind of taking things back home on our radar, not a lot of action. Still saw a brief pop-up shower or storm near Panama City. Tomorrow, though, 69 degrees, so it's going to look quite a bit like today. It's going to be, unfortunately, mostly gloomy. So if you like wearing a hoodie or maybe breaking out that fall wardrobe, great day to do that. But if you're more of someone that likes to tan, might have to wait for the latter half of the week. But taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we do have another slight chance of rain on Wednesday with that cold front that is going to continue to push through the southeast. Won't give us as much rain as what we saw today, but take a look at the rest of the week. I mean, highs in the 60s. When's the last time we saw that? I mean, it's nice that we're kind of starting to change the tide and really start to see those more fall-like conditions. I mean, 40 degrees heading into Saturday. It should be a pretty nice start to even November. I mean, that's Halloween night. I mean, I think just seeing that 40-degree temperature, I think the vibes are just honestly immaculate. Plenty of sunshine on the way headed into next week, and our morning lows should be quite nice, and definitely looking forward to some more of those fall vibes. Now, we're going to make sure to follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather. Make sure to like us on Facebook at FSU Weather, and if you aren't already for some reason, make sure to follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. If you're watching us live right now, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and hey, before you go, make sure to follow us on TikTok. Here's one last look at your 7-day.